Okay, hello everyone. My name is Paige Burnett, and this is the poster presentation for my capstone paper that I completed for my Master's of Education at Thompson Rivers University. Before I begin, I just want to acknowledge that the work that I did for this project was completed on the unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh Nations in East Vancouver, and I feel very blessed to have lived and worked here for the past 6 years. So when you think of an autistic child, what do you picture? Whatever they look like, I bet you have some image in your mind of a child with autism. When you think of an autistic child's parents, what do you picture? If you haven't worked with any of them before, this might be a little tougher for you to imagine, but that's who we're going to be talking about today. So in 2018, the Public Health Agency of Canada reported that 1 in 66 children were diagnosed autistic, and only 4 years later in 2022, they reported that 1 in 50 Canadian children were diagnosed. So in a system that was already underfunded, services have not been able to keep up with that increased demand. In a stunning figure in 2024, Jones reported for CBC News that they received reports through a Freedom of Information request stating that over 73,000 Ontario children were waitlisted for autism services. So that means only 16% of those diagnosed were able to access the supports they need. So how does this impact the family and the parents of the child with autism? Parents of children with autism report high levels of mental and physical health concerns. However, these concerns are mediated by access to parent services, among other factors. The research shows that parent-mediated services increase quality of life more for parents than services provided directly to the child. So what are these interventions? The most rigorously tested evidence-based approaches are called naturalistic developmental behavior interventions, and these are programs based on ABA and developmental psychology that turn everyday interactions into opportunities for learning. So there's evidence showing that greater parent learning and more rigorous adherence to manuals improves outcomes, but you don't need to spend a lot of time and energy on these programs in order to see gains. So how do we make this happen? Well, right now, few behavior analysts actually offer manualized parent training programs, and part of the reason for this seems to be that very few receive training in building therapeutic relationships with families. So analysts report feeling unprepared for navigating these types of interactions, especially when cultural differences are involved. So if we're going to give parents of autistic children the tools they need to feel competent and supported, graduate programs need to start offering training on how to support parents. Then provincial governments who regulate autism services in their areas need to step up and offer accessible telehealth supports to these parents. And once that's been done, parents can receive the training that they need to feel supported as their children waits for services and for the rest of their lives. So here you can see the sources that I used, the years they were published, and if you want to see all of the references for this project, you can scan the QR code below.